To have with us a distinguished personality, Colonel Amarjeet Singh, a veteran leader, educator, mentor, and a certified NLP practitioner who has devoted decades of his life to leadership development, education, and empowering young minds. Having served the nation with distinction and later dedicating himself to the field of education and student transformation, Colonel Amarjeet Singh brings with him a rare blend of discipline, wisdom, practical experience, and deep understanding of human behavior and mindset. Through today's session, he will help students, teachers, and all those associated with academics to understand the power of neuro-linguistic programming, a powerful approach that can enhance focus, confidence, communication, emotional intelligence, leadership, and overall personal effectiveness. His mission is simple yet impactful. Think better, learn better, and live better. Dear participants, today's interaction is not just another webinar. It's an opportunity to discover how our thoughts, language, and mindset influence learning, relationships, performance, and success in every sphere of life. Before we begin, a word of caution. All those who have joined this session, please remain on mute. If anyone is found creating noise or disturbance, he or she will have to be removed. Please keep your cameras on and be attentive. You may take notes if you feel, because this is very useful information. If you have any questions, please reserve them for the question and answer session at the end. On behalf of everyone, I extend a very warm welcome to Colonel Amarjeet Singh and sincerely thank him for taking out his valuable time to guide, inspire, and empower us. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Colonel Amarjeet Singh with a huge round of applause. We are truly honored to have you with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a privilege and honor to be with you. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, sure.
Okay. I think the strength is quite low. Only 10 participants I can see on my screen. And shall we wait? Otherwise, I think once the train leaves the Delhi junction, it will be very difficult to catch up by the time it reaches Jaipur and then down south. In the meantime, I think two of our colleagues are available over here. Mrs. Jaswinder Sidhu, she is a principal of DAV school here in Ludhiana. And another veteran, welcome Anuradha, Colonel Anuradha Sharma from
Thank you,
Jaipur.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Good
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you so much for sharing this information. So we are there, eagerly waiting to listen to you.
Oh, I'm privileged. So I'm just waiting that let the more number of people should join so that at least from the very beginning, whatever I want to convey, that is driven home and then entire team can take benefit out of these things.
We may start in the next 2 minutes, I think.
Okay. In the meantime, anybody wants to convey something about the topic, has got some knowledge on the NLP, one can feel free and one can share. It will be our honor to listen to your views also point. Though I'll be covering all these points, but uh, in fact, rather, I have been using this technique from my college days. I never knew that I was using it only when about 10 years ago, when I started reading it religiously, I found that I was already practicing this thing without having read these things. So that means these things are working. And once it is, the knowledge is written in the form of a book, and then once we are reading it, then our faith is further reinforced. this session which I'm planning to conduct, it will be conducted in two parts. In the first part, I will be sharing my personal experience and what, as a principal of an very reputed institution, how I have faced this challenge and how I have overcome this using this technique. And then in the part two, I'll be sharing my information with all of you about what is NLP, what all we can do with the help of this thing. And then way ahead, then how can we make use of this information in our life to make our life better. And that will be the flow of the session. And I think we can start it with the permission of the house in case there's no one else to join. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, respected principals, dear students and teachers. It is indeed an honor for me to be among leaders who are shaping the future of the education every single day. Before I begin, let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever noticed that two teachers can enter the same classroom with the same syllabus, yet one inspires curiosity while other struggles to hold attention? The difference is not in the subject, not in the student, but in the language of influence and connection. And that's the essence of NLP. As principals, we all deal with not only academics, but with the people, with teachers, with students, with parents. Imagine we had a toolkit that could help us build instant rapport with our teams, motivate students beyond marks and ranks, handle difficult conversation with empathy and confidence, and most importantly, influence positively without authority. That's what I want to share with you all today. Practical NLP approach, though there are volumes written on the subject, but I think I have found that it is very useful how we can instantly use this tool, because this is like a toolkit. Now imagine month of December in Punjab, year 2018, when I was working as a principal in one of the local school over here. A teacher walks into my office and she throws the two copies on my table and says, "Sir, these are the two boys, Rakesh and Jaswinder. They are going to let us down, sir. They are going to fail miserably, and then you will be holding us responsible. Now it is up to you what you want to do." And really, all of a sudden, when such a bombshell is dropped in the principal's office, one can imagine what will be the plight of the principal. Then bluntly, the teacher, subject teacher, has come and brought the two boys. Now, as a leader, it is so very difficult for me at that moment how to gather myself, because that was really a catastrophic situation for me. And this is the result of a pre-board examination number one. These children, these two students, has not done anything. This is a cause of concern for me as a principal and for her as a teacher. I tried to find out the reason. I paused and I found, to my horror, they shared that, sir, since we are not going to find a place in the merit list, which is a very prestigious list which is published by every board at the end of the examination, and they are not finding it, their name in that list. So therefore, that's why they have not written anything. Oh my God, what a critical situation. In spite of having done everything, I found their background, what is the performance in the previous classes, in the previous examination, collected the entire data. Situation was worrisome for me as a principal. I tried to visualize that in June 2019, after 6 months, after the results have been declared by the board, and I am standing in the office of Principal Secretary, Education Punjab, and giving my explanation to him, okay, sir, why these boys have failed. Now I had two options. One is should willpower method, that is, I try to motivate them, encourage them, inspire them. But hold on, these are the functions of the conscious mind. Problem is stuck in the subconscious level. And when the problem is stuck in the subconscious level, it is very difficult for anyone to remedy the situation with the help of conscious efforts. So I said, okay, luckily by then I have got the training in this field from last many years. So I thought this is the time has come now, let me make use of it, that how best I can make use of it. Now I established the rapport with both the students. Time was about 4 o'clock in the evening, since that was a residential school. So there was not a much of a problem. So I established a rapport with them, discussed the problem, found their fear. And the first step which I took was pacing and leading, because you have to be with them. Suppose the two people are walking and running. Now you can't lead anybody unless you are first have established a pace with him. So therefore, I came on the same grid on which this person was there. So one can't jump on the process, forcing my own way on a student. Student have to be convinced that yes, it is essential for me. With my experience, I could establish rapport. So I tried, are you willing to get support? Because here the client willingness is very, very essential. Once done, I proceeded further. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, once done, I proceeded further. I made them sit in my office and then I said, okay, close your eyes and sit straight, spine erect, deep breathing, listen to my instructions. Imagine that last week of June has come and results have been declared and you have achieved your desired outcome. Suppose you have already made a place in the merit list. This is the technique which I applied on them, and this is called as if technique. And I asked him, how will you feel? How will you act? Suppose you come in the merit list. How will you feel? How will you behave? How will you walk? How will you talk? How will be your body language? Then I made them see, hear, and feel. In this exercise, I made them, let's see yourself with the closed eyes. That people, those who are congratulating you, teachers, those who are shaking hand with you, media people from various newspapers, those who are coming to your school, like Hindustan Times, Dainik Bhaskar, Times of India, or Tribune, etc. See them. They are taking interviews of the successful student, and you are also there. They are video shooting the student, successful student. Group photographs are being taken. Teachers are congratulating you. Your parents, grandparents, they are present. Your friends are hugging you, and they are overjoyed. Once they have finished this seeing exercise, I said, okay, now switch over to hearing. That is, start listening to the sound of congratulations, the voice, tonality of the people, wording by people, what teachers are saying. The media is instructing you to make a V sign. Interviewings are being conducted. They're asking you question. Who will you give credit to? Hear those answers. What have been the role of your parents? What have been the role of your teachers and principal? What have been your daily routine? Tips you would like to give to the juniors. You have made us proud. Listen this statement from your parents, from your grandparents, because none of their grandchildren have ever made a place in the merit list, but you have made it. So hear that wordings with the same tonality. They started nodding their yes. Yes, sir, we are listening. I said, okay, now you have seen it, you have heard it. Now let us feel it. Keeping your eye closed, take a deep breath, feel the hug by your teachers, parents, and grandparents, and your favorite sweets which you enjoy the most. Feel the warmth hug of your grandparents. And they said, yes, sir, we can feel the difference. Now, here the exercise continued. I passed this instruction to see, hear, feel, and I repeated this exercise in a matter of 10 to 20 minutes, about 8 to 10 times in a quick succession. Then I told them, open your eyes. How are you feeling? I paused for a response. And I asked them on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself? Is there any doubt? They said, no, sir, we are absolutely crystal clear because before the event, we have already seen our success in our head. And now I think we are fully geared up to do this thing. I said, okay, now I can give you a ready-made recipe. I made them sit in my office. I said, these are the steps which you are going to follow. Repeat it before going to the bed, the night before going to the bed, and tomorrow morning, once you get up, first thing you should do this thing, this exercise with yourself. That way, your subconscious mind is getting reprogrammed. Every experience have a structure. If we change one element, our entire experience change. You have seen your mother and parents that they are making a cake, they are following a particular recipe. There's a sequence of it, and you have to follow that sequence. You cannot change the sequence. I made them sign off a piece of a paper with their signature, date, and time, and I asked them, okay, let's come to my office tomorrow morning. We'll make a study plan. We will, what time we will get up, what time we will study, what exercises we will do, how we will program our tests and rest, and what is my revision plan with whom I'll be studying and all together. So that's how I really worked with them. And now came the result day, that is 11th of June 2019. Mark my word, 11th June, result has been declared 2019, time 10 o'clock. Result has been declared. Rakesh and Jaswinder, from dropping the exam to topping of the exam. Both scored 90% in all the subjects. Jaswinder has found a place in the merit, and such is the impact of this exercise. My dear leaders, education leaders, teachers, and principals, this is not only technique. There are several other techniques which works on our subconscious mind. To name few of them, though I'll be covering it in my second part, as if exercise, TV exercise is there, swish technique, circle of excellence, timeline, V-road exercise, collapsing of anchor, meta programming, Disney creative exercise. All these things are part of the NLP, which is almost a, I think, 6 months course in case one has to really become a master. But I'm practicing in all my training session for goal setting, time management, and cracking board examination and IIT, and preparing student for the career in defense forces. Friends, my story I shared is not about the marks alone. It is about the belief. Do you agree? Then give me thumbs up. It is the belief. When they entered in my office, there was a fear, there was a doubt, a sense of defeat. Through NLP, by guiding them to see, hear, and feel their success before it has happened, this shifted their inner programming. And once the mind shifted, the result followed. As people and teachers, you are not only administrators, you are architect of a belief system of the students in your schools. Your every word, gestures, interactions, you are programming your mind either for possibilities or limitations. Now it is up to us as an education leader or the class teacher that how we want to program our students. With this, I come to the part one. That's for my personal story. Now, any questions so far? And otherwise, we will move with the second part, that is about the NLP in particular, that how this is, what is this NLP all about, and how does it function, who are the founders, and how it has come into this world, and all those blah blah thing. Now, uh, well, now coming on to the part two of this thing. Now, my question in the part one, I said, why do students get different results? Same class, same teacher, same paper, then why different performance? The difference is here in your thought, in your words and action. Your inner voice decides your outer results. Like in that case, we have just seen that how both children students have said, okay, we will not come in the merit, therefore we are planning to drop this year. Now, who has said it? Who has decided? This is just their internal voice. And then they started doing action on the ground. And this is the key behind the NLP. Now, NLP in the simple terms, I would like to explain it that it comprises of three words, that is neuro, linguistic, and programming. I'll take one word one by one and I'll try to explain it. Neuro is your brain, how you think. Linguistic is your language, how you speak, not to yourself, not to others, but to your internal talk. Whenever we are sitting idle, generally we are having a negative talk. Oh, मेरा दिन आज बड़ा खराब गया, आज कुछ नहीं होने वाला मेरे से. So, but we have to be very cautious. And programming is your habit, what you repeat. So formula is your thought, words and action will give you the result. Now power of self-talk, what you say to yourself matter a lot. I'll say, I can't do this. If I say, I'll try again, your mind believes what you repeat. Do you agree with me? Then give me a thumbs up. I can't do this. I will try again. From this, you can always change. So mind does not differentiate between the real thing and the fictitious thing. Only thing you have wordings has to be so good that you start believing it. Now, NLP is a branch of neuroscience and psychology that help us to program our mind to achieve any outcome in life which we want to achieve. I'll repeat this. It is a branch of neuroscience and psychology that help us to program our mind to achieve any outcome in our life. Now, what does it do? It programs the brain in order to achieve any outcome in our life. Is it that simple? Yes, it is that simple. You have to give a right type of command to the brain and it will get programmed. It is an open source software. You can modify it to change your thoughts. I'll repeat again. It is an open source software. You can modify it to change your thought. Another definition of NLP, it is like a toolkit, as I've told you in the beginning. Let us say anything is not working in our life, and there are plenty of things which are not working, or something is wrong. Just open the toolkit and choose the appropriate tool and fix it. Whatever is not working will start working. In this toolbox, you will find various tools which will help you to program your mind. Now, incidentally, let me share with you that in 1970, this was started by two psychologists, and their name was John Grinder and Richard Bandler, who has developed them at the University of California. It was created as a method to understand how successful people think and communicate. I'll repeat it. How successful people think and communicate. Human excellence can be modeled and replicated. They modeled famous therapists, to name three of them. One is Milton Erickson, who is a master of therapeutic, hypnotic and indirect communication. Virginia Satir, who is an expert in family therapy. And Fritz Perls, who is a founder of Gestalt therapy. Their idea was, if the excellence can be modeled, it can be taught. This became the foundation. And since then, 1972, it has been more than 50 years. This science has really evolved over a period of time, and people are taking great benefit out of these tools and technique which was founded. Now, moving further, it is so easy to program. Now, here I'll give you exercise, because you have to believe it. Unless you believe it and feel it, you will not be able to convince it कि सर आप तो टाइम पास करके चले गए, सारे भाषण दे दिया. Now imagine you are holding a lemon in your hand. Close your eyes and do this exercise while sitting straight. Here, I would like, in case you can put your cameras on, because I want to see something on your faces and your throat region. Take a lemon in your hand, keep it in on a table, and cut it into 2 pieces. In case you have done it, then squeeze in your mouth and fully squeeze it, and then I'm sure as you are squeezing it, some of you must be having a water in your mouth. Your throat has started salivating. In case it is so, my question is there a real lemon? Have you squeezed it? I would like to give you a thumbs up in case you are feeling it. Yes, we can feel the sour taste in our throat and our throat is salivating. I can see a couple of thumbs up coming up. It means there was nothing in my hand. Neither you were holding any lemon or neither you were cutting it, but imagination, you were cutting it and squeezing in your mouth and your throat has started salivating. So my question is there a real lemon? Have you squeezed it? You give command to your brain and brain has sent message to salivate and that's what has happened. It is that simple as that. So in case you can give the right type of command to your mind, it will behave accordingly because mind and body are the same thing, one thing, and whatever you think of here, it will start acting. Today you say, I'm not feeling well, so you will not feel well. And in case you say, I'm happy, energetic, and young, and you will start feeling that way. Do you agree with me? Please nod your head like this so that I can see. Because Sunday morning, tomorrow, I know the planning has been done. कल संडे है, देर से उठेंगे, कोई जरूरत नहीं है उठने की, 7 बजे तक हम जो है ना अपना बिस्तरा नहीं छोड़ेंगे. So that way it will start working it. So then now let's come to the definition in certain detail. That nervous system we experience receive our 5 senses. Neuro is comprising of nervous system. We experience and receive from our 5 senses. They are visual, they are audio, they are kinesthetic, olfactory, that is smell, and gustatory is taste. So this is the gateway of our knowledge. We are perceiving entire information through these 5 senses. And once before it is gets stored in our mind, it passes through a filter. And this filter is known as DDG. That is, it will distort and it will generalize and distort. And one more thing, and before it is finally put in your subconscious mind, it will pass through that filter. Some of the information will be deleted. Like suppose you are going on a road and you find large number of buses of different color car, you will not keep remembering everything. But one car which is quite high, a different color, which will certainly draw your attention, you are going to remember it. So rest of the cars will be deleted. Similarly, so many happy couples are going on the road, but any couple who is newly married in the red clothing, you will always remember it because other have been deleted. So delete, distort, and generalize. Suppose at one place you have gone, your pockets have been pickpocketed. You will say, "यहाँ तो सारे चोर रहते हैं." Second time this has also happened. Now your belief becomes like that. So whenever any information is going in our head, it is getting passed through these 5 senses and then it gets stored in our subconscious mind and that becomes our subjective experience. And there comes the difference. You have taught the same subject to all the students in the class and students are giving different answers because they have some of the information they have deleted, distorted and generalized it. And once they have given them a question paper, the question is same, but her perception of the answer is different. So the different answer has been given. Another example I'll say, you have taken the student to a tour to a Taj Mahal. Everybody has seen the same building. That object is same. But tell them student to write 10 sentences. Somebody will write something because that is the subjective perception which the student has taken. And that's how it is going to. So gentlemen, similarly, all this information which are here. Now these information one gets stored that gives us these some different type of experience in our mind and that is it gives us some sort of a state and some experiences give us happiness, some give self-confidence, some give enthusiasm and certain unresourceful state. This give us sadness, fear, hatred, confusion, and then we are behaving according to those behaviors. Now, these five senses are responsible to collect data from all over and sending it to our brain. You are seeing me, you are listening me, you are feeling the breeze in your room, the noise of the fan which you are feeling, you're smelling aroma in your room. So it must be somebody must have used that aroma. So this is all the part of the neuro. Our brain has 97 billion neurons, and each neuron is connected with three other neurons, which in turn is connected to trillions and hundreds of trillions of the brain. More the connection, more the processing power, and that is how we define the IQ. Now comes the second point, that is linguistic. It is not only verbal, but is also non-verbal. Our body language, our tonality. In case we have to shout at somebody, we can't say, I don't like your behavior. Your tone has to be very, very kadak. Then only people will understand, yes, this is the tonality, and then how the impact will be made. Now remember one thing, it is a code of your thoughts. Language is a code of your thought. If you have a thought and you want to express the thought, we code it in the form of a language and expressing it. Language is actually a reflection of our thought process or mindset. So that is the language part. Now last part is programming. It is about those processes that NLP offers. By that we can program our brain and achieve any kind of outcome in your life. That is the breakdown of NLP. We have seen just now the example of lemon and knife. Daily TV advertisement is programming our mind. Every day we are getting some information, either good or bad, because they are playing with our mind. Moment you see something on the TV, you start getting attracted toward that thing. Either you go and buy it or you discard something. So daily advertisement is on the TV is reprogramming our mind in a very, very big way. Now, what is the scope of NLP? Now, there are a large number of scopes. Let me tell you, it is 1 day or 1 hour. It will be very difficult, but I can name some of them, and I will make you do two exercises in this session, and that is how to get rid of painful memories and how to gain confidence. These are the two which I'll be just now doing it. But let me understand what is the scope of NLP, what it can be done about. Getting rid of painful memories. This is the one exercise which I will do. This is one of the scope. Converting internal challenges and conflict into internal friends. Get rid of negative beliefs. We are all victim of negative beliefs, and that's how we start behaving like that. And then we say our relations with our colleagues is not good, our partners, our families are not good. We how to develop new self-confidence. That is the one part of the NLP. Make goals as a part of subconscious mind. Our students are suffering because of this, because they have not made their goal of life as a part of subconscious mind. Because consciously we know I have to achieve so many marks, I have to get an admission into IIT and JEE, but have we made it to a subconscious decision also? No. We have seen our elder in our houses. Whenever you ask them, they know that their BP has to be okay, their cholesterol has to be okay. Consciously they know, but subconsciously they are not convinced in their mind, because in case it is convincing in their mind, then it will be very easy for them to follow all the instructions given by the doctor. They will follow all the instruction given in the medicine. They will follow junk food. They will have a regular exercise, etc. Because once you have programmed your mind subconsciously, then there is no looking back. You will having a good relationship with your family members. You will good health. You will have a good relationship. You will have a good financial, and yeah, everything will be good. Next course, create certainty of bright future, getting rid of procrastination and low self-confidence and defeatist attitude. That is the one biggest challenge with our students are facing. We as an adult are also facing, that we are procrastinating the thing for tomorrow, day after. Kal karenge, aaj nahi karenge. Because our subconscious mind has not been programmed for this thing. Now we can take out a personal audit for our life to quite an internal conflict which is happening in our mind, establishing new identity. So these are the few of the things which we can do it. And are you ready? Are you excited to do some TV exercise to get rid of your some problem or the trauma in life? Hello? Is it? Okay. Okay, first exercise which we are going to do is TV exercise. Imagine what is the problem in our life? The problem comes that somebody has picked a fight with me and he or she has said me something which is troubling me. And whenever I'm sitting alone, that thought will pop up in my mind and it will start agitating. I'll start getting a problem. And then in my mind, there will be an internal fight in my mind. Okay, he has said me this thing, she has said me this thing. I'm going to take revenge out of this thing. So, gentlemen, these type of things are very common in our houses. So, imagine you are sitting on a chair, and in front of you there is a glass wall is there, and beyond the glass wall there is a small TV which is there. Now run that movie of that fight or the trouble which is troubling you on that TV screen quickly. And then imagine that you have got a remote which is a divine remote control in your hand. And with the help of this, you can do multiple type of things. Now what you will do, now bring that scene to a halt where that altercation is taking place. Now first of all, with the help of a divine control, you will remove the voice. Firstly, you will lower the voice. As in the olden TVs, you have seen it that moment we were reducing the noise voice level, it was reducing like this in the graph. It was going down and down, and once at a particular stage, it will become zero. So try to press the switch. Keep on pressing. First of all, you mute the sound where the altercation has started, and the other person noise or voice you don't like it. First of all, you quieten that sound. उसका मुंह बंद कर दीजिए. वैसे तो आप कर नहीं सकते हैं, लेकिन ये रिमोट के ऊपर जा करके आप उसको कर देंगे. After that, you reduce the color. The colorful scene which you are seeing on the screen, you start reducing it and make it black and white. उसको रिमोट कंट्रोल की हेल्प से. कैन यू सी द रिमोट कंट्रोल इन माई हैंड? इमेजिन करो आपके हाथ में भी वो रिमोट कंट्रोल है और उसको आप प्रेस करिए और उसको वापस लेके जाइए. मेक दैट कलर सीन इनटू ए ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट. और जब वो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट हो गया है तो आपके पास में वो कलर भी हो गया. नाउ देयर इज अनदर स्विच इज देयर बाय व्हिच यू कैन ब्लर दैट इमेज, because you have seen that how blurring is, because old timers we have seen that scene. Now of course the technology has gone very advanced, so you blur that image. And now with the help of a divine control, and such a switch is there by which the rain can come on the TV screen, and that entire scene is getting washed away. And after you have done that, now you press the third, fourth switch, whereby the TV has blown out into the space and it has become into ashes, and those ashes have gone into the sea. Now, in case you do this process in a quick succession, in a 1 minute, at least 5 to 10 times, in case you can do it, you can find that voice, that noise which was troubling you of that person, that has gone quite an low और बहुत कम हो गई है. और उसके बाद में आप उसके साथ में, और आप जब थोड़ी देर में आँख खुलेंगे तो आपको लगेगा ऑन ए स्केल ऑफ 1 to 10 इट हैज गॉन टू 5, 6, और यहाँ तक वो कम हो चुकी है. और अगर वो कम नहीं हुई है तो इस एक्सरसाइज को, इसका मतलब है कि या तो आपने अच्छी तरह से किया नहीं है, और या वो याद आपको छोड़ना नहीं चाहती है. तो इसके भी कई कारण हो सकते हैं. सेकेंड पार्शन जो है उसके बारे में थोड़ा मैं बाद में बात करूंगा, लेकिन ये क्विक मेथड है वेयर बाई I keep interacting with so many people, troubled people. They say, okay, I have got this problem, that problem. तो उसमें जो है, जैसे ही वो रिमोट टीवी की एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, उनका कान में वो आवाज़ें आनी बंद हो जाती हैं और उनकी इमेज भी निकल जाती है दिमाग से, एंड देन रिलेशंस बिकम बेटर एंड बेटर. सो दिस इज द वन टेक्निक विच आई फील विच यू कैन डू इट. एंड I hope you have understood this TV exercise. Or shall we proceed for the second exercise? In case there is a question here. Now, before I go for second exercise, there is a small activity. Now, try this now. Try in case you can unmute yourself, and I want to see you saying, I'm tired. And in place of that, say, I'm energetic. You will feel the difference. फर्स्ट से आई एम टायर्ड, अपने मन में ही कह लीजिए, अगर म्यूट करके नहीं हो सकता अनम्यूट करके, एंड नाउ से आई एम एनर्जेटिक. डू यू फील द बॉडी डिफरेंस इन योर बॉडी? योर वर्ड्स चेंज योर एनर्जी. डू यू एग्री विद मी? योर वर्ड्स चेंज योर एनर्जी. आप जो कहेंगे अपने माइंड से वो आपको तुरंत उसका असर मिलेगा. नाउ रीफ्रेमिंग. नाउ चेंज द मीनिंग एंड चेंज द फीलिंग. आपने किसी भी स्टेटमेंट का मीनिंग अगर बदली कर दिया तो फीलिंग चेंज कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैथ्स इज डिफिकल्ट. जनरली वी से मैथ इज डिफिकल्ट. तो हाउ कैन यू से कि इसको इजी कैसे कर सकते हैं? मैथ इज चैलेंजिंग, मैथमेटिक्स इज चैलेंजिंग, बट आई कैन इम्प्रूव इट. आई कैन वर्क अपॉन इट एंड आई कैन इम्प्रूव इट. ये एज ए लीडर, एज ए टीचर, क्लास टीचर, एज ए स्टूडेंट भी जितने भी बैठे हैं यहाँ पे, अगर वो इसका इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं इस लैंग्वेज का, तो आपने मीनिंग बदली करना. मैथ डिफिकल्ट है नो डाउट, बट यू कैन से मैथमेटिक्स इज चैलेंजिंग बट आई कैन इम्प्रूव इट. आई फेल्ड. हाउ विल यू चेंज इट? I failed. Anyone wants to unmute and say what you will say? I failed. How will you make it change the meaning so that I can say yes, the feeling has been changed? Yes.
Try. I
Yeah.
tried.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Neha.
I have not. I have not worked better this time, but next time I can work harder.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, ma'am. I learned something. Like I failed. I learned something because this is the one thing which I should have not done it. So
Yes.
this is the one thing. Good. Now convert I'm weak in English, for example. So anybody else can say I'm weak in English. How will you make it a positive sentence? Anyone? Any student? I would like to get an answer. Any student? I'm weak in English. Parvita, iPhone, may I request you, you are showing thumbs up. Please unmute yourself and give the answer so that we all can get benefit out of your answer. I'll request other participant to decipher, help me in deciphering what was the reply given. Okay, Karan, rather, I'm weak in English. Kindly, may I help, please help me in converting this negative into positive.
I'm regularly working to improve my English.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think wonderful approach. So I think as a teacher, as a leader, or as a student, in case we can inculcate these habits. Another example is teacher is strict. This is a sentence which is negative. Now, how will you convert this into a positive one? Any teacher in the group may are requested to kindly share, make it a positive. Teacher is strict. Come on, I think how many teachers? Yes.
This teacher is really concerned about my progress.
Okay, good effort, ma'am. There are, I think, 32 people are in the group. I think 10 must be the teachers. They must give it a try. They can make a note of it, and tomorrow onward, you can start writing these things. Last sentence: I make mistakes. Anyone else? Anybody? I make mistakes. Make it positive.
I have learned a new thing today. I may have failed, but I have learned an experience. I have gained experience today.
Okay, good. Thank you, Karan and Radha. Thank you so much for giving a very positive answer. Gentlemen, there's not one way. I think there are plenty of ways by which we can convert this thing. Now, here, I'll give you anchoring a confidence. That is most important thing. What I found it, people, students
So
are
may
lacking.
I say something?
Yes, Kavita Anand ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
like I can say it that way, that I'm a beginner, but I'm improving every day.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think good thing, Kavita ma'am. Very good answer you have given it. And this is how I think, in case we inculcate this habit in our student and in our personal life also, and then it can make a lot of difference. And here, uh, before I proceed further, let me explain it to you that how this mindset is working. Now, here's a powerful example from the sports field to prove the power of mindset and how our assumption can hold us back. This is a very old story. You must have heard it, but it is appropriate to repeat the story in the present context. Somewhere in 1954, people believed that no one could run the mile in less than 4 minutes. That was a 4 minute barrier to a mile. And for hundreds of years, a variety of arguments were given by experts. Our lung capacity cannot support running a mile in less than 4 minutes. Our muscles are not strong enough. People believed, and it was out of realms of possibility, and hence it remained impossibility. Then in the year 1950, the man named Roger Bannister decided to prove it as a myth. He broke through the 4 minute mile barrier by running and finishing line in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. This new record turned everyone's beliefs upside down, and all of a sudden, people started believing that it is now possible, but this is not a complete story. Consequently, in the same year, 27 more people broke the 4 minutes mile record. Suddenly, humanity started to feel ability to break centuries old barrier, and in the next year, 215 people shattered the same record by running a mile in less than 4 minutes. And this is the power of your subconscious mind and belief. And today morning, before coming to this class, I said, let me share you what is the present record. The current record is of 3 minutes 43.13 seconds by a person from Morocco. His name is Hitchman El Gourouz. It was broken on 7 July 1999 in the Rome Olympic. So that was the power of belief. Another person I would like to share with you is the Muhammad Ali. He was a Olympian gold medalist and went on to become the world heavyweight boxing champion. He has won 56 of his 61 fight. Out of 61, he has won 56 fight. Ali used to condition his mind for success through a visualization technique that he used to call a future history. Along with working on his physical preparation, he would also train his mind. Ali would visualize himself as a winner at the end of bout with his own arm raised by the referee and declaring he is the champion. He would imagine hearing the crowd chanting his name and celebrating his victory. Ali would also tell his opponent how he would be winning the fight before stepping into the ring. He would fully prepare his unconscious mind to find the way to the victory. Even this is the power of our belief system. So, in that time is there, then in case you all agree, then I can circle of confidence, I can explain it. Otherwise, we'll wind up and can move toward the conclusion. I would like to hear the views from the viewers. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sure. We have about 10 minutes more.
Okay, okay. Gentlemen, this is the one of the very challenging problem is there that our students are lacking self-confidence. Improving one focus and motivation is required. They are losing emotional controls. So all these things are possible, and for using the concept of the management. And here, before starting, we ask the participant to stand comfortably. In case you want to feel it, then you can follow my instruction. Otherwise, I'll just run through the exercise. Now, you allow the person to make a circle and you allow him to stand comfortably and relax shoulders and breathing. Now, here we tell the participant to close their eyes gently and recall a moment of success, confidence, and achievement. Make this memory vivid and real. Now you have created a circle. Imagine a glowing circle in the floor. Choose a color representing excellence and power. See the circle filled with energy. The circle becomes your power zone. For example, gold color, you can imagine that is for success. Blue is for confidence. Green is for calmness. And red is for energy. Now, while you are standing on the circle, recall a peak performance you must have achieved something somewhere. Ask the participant to remember a moment of victory, an appreciation received from the principal, appreciation received by a student from the teacher, an appreciation received by a child from the parent, achievement accomplished, a time they felt unstoppable. Now ask them, what do you see? What did you hear? What did you feel? Increase the emotional intensity. Now activate the state. Now ask the participant to step into the imagined circle, feel the confidence, enter the body, stand tall and stand strong posture, smile and breathe deeply. Anchoring the feeling, look, do it like this. You have all seen it, that whenever the players, especially cricketer, when they enter inside the field, they always do like this. Why? The purpose is so that they want to anchor, because they have already reprogrammed their mind. And once they have done it, then future pacing. Apply the future situation. Ask the participant to imagine. For example, they have to go for public speaking. They have to go for interview. They have to go for the exam. They have got some difficult conversation which they are going to handle. Now see themselves handling the situation confidently and successfully. Now, how do you feel inside the circle? What changed emotionally? What did you notice physically? What can you use this technique for life, for better outcome, better confidence, improved communication? Because that confidence has already been inhaled by you in the terms of your visual, in terms of your hearing, in terms of your feeling. And that's how you can always step out. And whenever you feel there's a lack of confidence about before proceeding for the examination, before proceeding for any interview, you can use this circle of excellence to enhance your performance. And this can exercise can be done in a very little longer time, but I have tried to complete it in a quick succession. Now coming back to our topic, that is, we have covered how to get rid of our painful memories, how to gain the confidence, what is NLP, and how to achieve the what all the NLP can do about this thing. We have done some of activities, how we can reframe our mind. Maths is difficult, math is challenging. Then how to convert the negative into positive. Then anchoring technique I have just now covered with you. Now remember your best moment, feel proud, create your anchor, use it before the examination. Now, participants, there is a challenge, become a mind programmer. So control your thought for one day. Rule one, tomorrow morning, start your day right. Say loudly, I'll give my best. I am confident. I improve every day. That is the one thing. Catch and change. Control your negative thoughts. I can't do this thing. In place of that, say, I will try again. Catch, change, continue. And use anchor before any task or test or answering or sport. Use that anchoring technique which I have just now complete. Now you will can perform better, you will feel proud. And right now, no one change. No, my right now, one cannot change for tomorrow. In the army, we are not always confident, but we are always trained to control our mind. That is what makes the difference. You don't need to change your life in one day. Just control your thoughts for one day and change your words, and you will change your world. In conclusion, I would like to say, change your words and you change your world. Change your words and you change your world. Thank you very much. And with this, I come to the end of my small introductory talk on the neuro-linguistic programming. Hopefully, I have been able to add some value to your life. And in case you can start exercising these things, and I'm sure it is going to make a huge difference. Thank you very much. I'm ready for any question which you want to know. Thank you, ma'am. I hope it was some useful in. It has made some difference in the life of all the participants over here.
Yes, sir. And moreover, it's a reminder also. So yes, so anytime we know about it, but then yes, in our busy life, so sometimes we forget. So it's a reminder for me at least.
I agree with you because whenever we are reading, I remember my coach, he used to tell us that whenever you revisit the notes will remain the same, but the meaning will be changed.
Exactly.
So I always agreed with it, though I have got a huge library in my bag and I have covered it. And whenever I feel like visiting any book or reading any book after seventh or eighth attempt, I find a different meaning altogether. I get it, and it is only possible because I am evolving every day, and I'm helping the people to evolve every day.
Yes, sir. Thank you
So
so
best.
much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, Jaswinder ma'am, any question?
Not a question, sir, but I must thank you for reaffirming my faith. As you said in the beginning of your talk, that you were already using it from your student life, but probably you were not knowing that this is called NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. And I also felt that maybe it's the same with us. Like most of the time, we say we be positive, think better, or don't use negative words. Your words will decide your destiny. But now we know that yes, certainly it really affects. It affects your mind, and from your mind come your thoughts, and from your thoughts comes your speech and your actions, and that changes your day, that changes your destiny. I firmly believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember when I was preparing for armed forces examination, I was in NCC. तो वो एनसीसी के जो शोल्डर टाइटल होते थे उसके ऊपर मैं स्टार बना के नीचे साइन किया करता था, कैप्टन अमरजीत है. And I used to visualize, and whenever I used to pass through the corridors of the cantonment, I used to see, will I ever have a house in these colonies? Will I also be staying in these houses? Will I be, my wife will be sitting in the lawns, and my children will be playing, my gypsy will be standing here. And because I never knew, but I was having in my subconscious mind that yes, I want to achieve these things. And it took me a couple of years, but certainly I have reached my destination and I'm very happy. And these things were working then also. And when I saw it in the written format, I found it's really workable. And I think in case we can, as a educate leader, as a teacher in the classroom, wherever, I think along with teaching physics, English, mathematics, all those subjects we can continue. But this affirmation of a belief system should be the daily routine in our diet as a student. I think student will go a long way. They will remember you in spite of all those things. Of course, you people are doing a lot of things in school leaders as a role of a school leader, but that will some different thing will be producing for the words. Thank you very much for your views, ma'am. Any other question?
Sir, I'm very happy to share with you that in today's webinar, majority of the participants are my senior team of teachers.
Wonderful.
Of senior teachers, I should say.
I compliment you. I think we can see
I think
see
about
change.
more than 20 of them are there in this group. And I'm very happy and I'm thankful to them for sparing time.
Thank you so much. I think I also would like to thank them because you are going to really make a huge difference in the educational landscape of the Ludhiana district, and more so the initiative will be.
Together. We are already making a huge difference.
Yeah,
But then,
certainly.
learning is a never-ending process, and we keep
So
learning and growing together.
here is the role of a leader. In case the leader is there strong enough, who is or herself or himself is in a learning mode, he can always motivate them and inspire the teachers and team members. Because I know you yourself is a very keen learner, and that's how you are motivating your entire team. And that's our endeavor is Colonel Pradeep Khare is my senior, and he's also running a couple of NGOs on the speaking skills of the student. May I request Khare sir to kindly tell us about your organization and how you are doing this thing? He's the author
Yes.
of 7, 8 books, ma'am, already, and he's a good public speaker, TEDx speaker. And over to him, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Col Amarjeet sir. It is a great pleasure, and it was very engrossing talk, very interesting session that you have conducted, and each one of us have been benefited from it. In fact, I would request all the teachers, principals, educators who are there. There's one book which I have with me, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Can you see this book?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the book which I wonder how many of you have read this book. It is by Dr. Shad Hemstetter. It is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. This, I did not know the name, it is neuro-linguistic programming. But when I got this book and I have read it a couple of times, each time it tells you what you should say when you talk to yourself. It is this thing that we program our mind. When we say no, I may not be able to do it. ये नहीं हो सकता है. Whether it's going to happen or not. It shows the seeds of uncertainty in your mind. But when you program your mind for success, yes, I'm going to do it. It will be done. I'm going to succeed. These kind of thoughts always program your mind. So these things are there, and I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from this session. We'll be sharing a recording of this session tomorrow. So you can share with other people who have not been able to join. And uh, tell you in brief, we are running 2 sessions for students of schools and colleges, that is students from 9 to 12th class and undergraduates. One is called Learning from Legends. In this session, we are celebrating the birth anniversaries of great leaders like Dr. Abdul Kalam, Ratan Tata, Swami Vivekanand, Subhash Chandra Bose, and so many others. We classify their leadership qualities, what made them great, and then we select 8 students from different schools and colleges. We allot them one subtopic of this leadership, and then we help them, guide them to prepare their talk of 4 minutes each. Only 4 minutes. Every student has to speak for 4 minutes only. We train one of the students. We give them a chance to anchor the program. So the student is an anchor, students as speakers, and we also give them certificates of participation and also a prize as a book to the most impressive speaker. This is all free of cost. We don't charge anything from anyone. So the details I'll be sharing with Col Amarjeet. He has been very actively associated with our programs, and he's been giving a lot of guidance to our students. And every session he is there is very kind and very helpful to us. So Col Amarjeet will share the details with you. And if your students of your school wish to participate, we'll happily give them a chance. It is once in a month. We conduct this session almost in the middle of the month on a Saturday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the evening, so that students can do it, join the session from the comfort of their homes. And the next session that we're going to have will be on 16th of May. And the other topic which I'm telling you, one is learning from legend. The other series is becoming better. In becoming better sessions, we are taking those topics which are not taught in schools and colleges. Like, for example, we did a session on mobile addiction. What are the reasons how to get rid of mobile addiction? We did a session on fast food slow poison. Fast food is creating so much damage in the lives of so many people across all age groups. We did a session on managing stress in teenagers. And next session that we are going to do is again Becoming Better series in this month on the 16th of May. That is Learn to Say No. This is a very important thing for everyone because from the childhood we are trained to say yes. All the children we tell them say yes, and we appreciate them when they say yes. But as we grow up, we find that when our friends telling something, let us go out for somewhere, go for a movie, go for a picnic, it is difficult for the student to say no. They say yes, and then later on they regret that I have missed so many things. I wish I had said no. It happens. The same thing happens in life of people of all ages. When somebody asks you for something, asks for your time, asks you for your equipment, items, anything, we generally say yes without giving a thought. that otherwise this person will feel bad, he may not like it. So we say yes. But later on we regret that we should have given a thought and we should have said no. And if you see all successful people, at some point of time or the other, they have given priority to their own time, for their own work, for their own mission, to achieve their own goals. So that is why it is important to learn to say no. This session is going to be on the 16th of May. I'll be sharing the link with Colonel Amarjeet Singh and the details. If any of you want to get in touch with me, ask me anything, you can ask right now also or subsequently as well. All right. So I think nobody wants to ask anything. So, like all good things come to an end, this session also is coming to an end. So I once again thank all of you, and especially Colonel Amarjeet Singh for sparing your valuable time and taking such a wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you,
very
sir.
good care of yourself.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
sir. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you,
Anything
sir.
else you would like to say, anyone?
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot.